Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. Hope you're doing well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an overview of this Minerdude X8 Xtreme server case for GPU mining. Now this may look very similar, you guys have probably seen, very similar to the Octominer server cases. And yes, I believe that there is basically no difference between the X8 Ultra Plus and the Minerdude X8 Xtreme right here. So I'm just going to do an overview in this video, but if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, and just one, there is an MLQ of one happening right now on Octominer.com. If you guys do decide to purchase one and you are within USA and Canada, you will then receive the black version of the Minerdude server cases. If you are outside of USA and Canada, you will then be getting the Octominer silver and red and white style server cases. Link down below to Minerdude's and Octominer's MLQ of one sale going on right now from July 6th to July 8th. Okay guys, so I wanted to just go through the whole process of receiving a Minerdude server case just like this. So the packaging, in case some people are wondering, is really good. It looks like this. There's a lot of, fragile stickers on the outside and such for the packaging, and the packaging was really good, nice and solid. There was no damage for my Minerdude case here, but of course there's always shipping mishaps, shipping issues around the world, so depending where you live. But anyways, I just want to go through the installation and assembly instructions here. Number one, insert the CR2032 motherboard battery. Batteries are not included due to shipping restrictions. So let me just take out the top cover here just to show you guys where the battery is going to go, and actually just to show you inside, look at that. There's the white Minerdude motherboard. Okay, that's pretty nice. 65mm GPU spacing. So the battery is going to go onto the main motherboard right here, and the place to do that is going to be right up here. The CR2032 battery is going to go right here. So once you get that, then you can go ahead and go to the next step, which is to attach the included case handles. Handles are included in a separate small box, which is this box right here. Each bracket is attached with two medium-sized Phillips head screws. And it's actually three. I think they have a typo here, but it's actually three when I installed the handles, okay? Even on this side as well. But pretty easy. I love the red handles. Matches my brand. Of course, I like the red and white motherboard as well. Okay, step number three is connect the AC power, and it does come with a adapter. Okay, so the power supply that this X8 Xtreme comes with is four 750 watt power supplies with a total of 3,000 watt power supply capacity. Okay, so this is the power adapter. Essentially plugs into all four into here, and then it goes out into a C19 adapter. All right, so you need to plug this into either a PDU that has the other end of it, or an adapter which can go into a C14 or a C13, I believe. There's so many different power configuration adapters that you can use, but personally I would run these on 240 volt or 250 volt power, and then go C13 to C14, which goes into a regular PDU, like so. Okay, just like this. All right, I would rather do four individual ones, just so you have, you don't rely on a single, point of failure, which goes into an adapter like this, right, into four. But I mean, honestly, I think it's fine. I've never personally had an issue with the C19 cables yet, but just be mindful that you want to use like 14 gauge C13 to C14 cables. All right, the gauge difference does make a difference in terms of safety and reliability and just capacity and throughput. Okay, fourth instruction here is to verify that the rig boots up without the GPUs connected, and it works to make sure there's no shipping damages after verifying that the rig boots up. So that's something I have definitely stressed in other Octominer videos that I've done. So when you decide to, when you turn this on, you should definitely plug in the power, okay, and then plug in the HDMI video output for you to plug in a monitor, which is right here, HDMI and Ethernet for your internet, and then USB keyboard mouse. You can go here, and you can see on the screen if it loads up into either Windows or preferred, which is HiveOS, right? HiveOS has integration for basically this whole Octominer or Minerdude server case in terms of the hot swappable power supplies, where you can also see the exact power consumption in HiveOS. And also the smart watchdog controller here, also the environmental sensor data information, which is integrated in HiveOS as well. There's also one on the back as well, I believe, right there. Okay, so it reads the temperature, like ambient temperatures on this side and also on the front here, as well as the humidity as well. Okay, and so this smart fan controller controls the 4 140 mil Minerdude case fans, which I know that these are probably pretty good and comparable to the Octominer X8 Ultra, which I have one right here. These are 140 mils. I have the older version X8 Ultras, which are the 120 mil fans, but those ones are still pretty good. But yeah, that's it, guys. So after you verified that you plugged in the mining rig and make sure it works or boots into HiveOS or whichever OS that you want to use, then you can shut it down and then you can start putting in graphics cards and make sure that it works. Okay, so going through pretty much, let's just now go through all the different areas around the Minerdude X8 Xtreme here. Okay, so I did talk about the environmental sensor data, but they also have an integrated OLED screen here, which gives a lot more information regarding the mining rig name, IP address, what you're mining and whatnot. And you guys have probably seen that on my Octominers. This is pretty much the screen that it shows, okay, with a lot of information. And then the front I/O of the Minerdude here is that there's a USB port, there's a VGA port, so in case you want to connect through VGA, but there is again HDMI on the back of the main board, which I showed you guys earlier. And then there's the LED indicator lights here. We got CMOS reset, there's a reset button and also a power button to turn it on. Now, from what I know with my other Octominer cases, when I plug in the power, the server case and the main board and everything turns on automatically. So most cases, I did not need to use this power button to turn it on. It will already turn on once you have the power plugged in into the power supplies back here, right? So 3,000 watt capacity, 750 watts each. And you know what? Let me take one of these out just to show you guys. Now, I know sometimes there are different power supply configurations, but this one here looks like there's the Minerdude QC load tested quality control, and this is a Huawei power supply. Looks like it's a platinum one as well. The 80 plus platinum efficiency trademark is there, and this runs on 100 to 240 volt power at max 750 watts. So theoretically, this can plug into regular 110 volt or 125 volt power, like a North American plug, which I honestly, I would not recommend doing. Okay, just like a regular wall outlet here, but you all know the power capacity of this is around, I think, 1500 watts, right? 15 amps times 120, that gives you about 1,800 watts, but the 80% rule is about 1,500 watts. So you got to be mindful of the GPUs that you are going to be utilizing in a server case like this, right? And so honestly, my preference for, server cases like this, I really like 3070s, RTX 3070s, maybe 6700 XTs or 6800s. It would do great in a server configuration like this. But what's not to say, right, in case some people want to do, let's say 3090s or 3080s. Let me just count all the PCIe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so with these 16 strands, what I was also looking at is that 8 of them have a single 8-pin, right? And then another strand, the ones, let's see, here's a good, yeah, they're right here, has dual 8 pins, okay? So 8 of them are like this, and 8 of them are single 8 pins. So in theory, you have 8 slots, and then each slot, or each GPU, has a max capacity of 3 of these 8 pins, okay, that you can devote to the GPU. 3 8 pins, so you could theoretically do all 3090s if you wanted to. Now, do I recommend doing something like that? Well, you theoretically can, but I've played with a lot of different 3090s and like 3080 Ti's, And let me tell you, depending on the brand and the thermal pads and just how they were made and the cooling and the aftermarket cooler, sometimes the server case will not be enough to cool it down. And also, depending on your ambient temperature of where you are mining, it could get pretty hot. And so 3090s are definitely a pain to cool, right? 3090s or 3080 Ti's, even 3070 Ti's with the GDDR6X memory. Those memory gets extremely hot, and so when you're mining Ethereum, those GPUs will get really hot. So you gotta be mindful of your situation. If you only have like one of these in your room and you have 3090s, you'll probably be fine. But once you start scaling up into lots and lots of Octominers or server cases and GPUs, then you have to be mindful of how you can handle your heat extraction and airflow and all the environmental effects that affect your server rigs, your mining rigs, and the temperatures, and there's so many things to consider. For me personally, and I'm not trying to dissuade anyone from not going 3090s or anything, in my opinion, going like 3070s and below is so much easier to handle. But that's just in my experience, and plus 3070s are, you know, good at efficiency and generally good at all other algorithms as well versus other GPUs. But anyways, I'm going off track here, guys. So we talked about the PCIe cabling, and there's a lot of strands. In total, 16 different strands, which is great. Then we have the SSD, all right? So this is where you can flash your HiveOS image, or, you know, install Windows on here if you wanted, or simple mining. Obviously, like I said before, I prefer HiveOS as there's HiveOS integration for the environmental data, the sensors and the fan control as well. In HiveOS, you can control the 140mm fans, and yeah, that's just really awesome. This is easily removable in case you need to replace an SSD. And yes, sometimes SSDs do go bad, and so this is a great way, very easy to swap out. Really, really nice touch. So guys, I think that's basically it. That's the overview of this Minerdude server case. And yeah, it's pretty much the exact same as an Octominer. You guys have seen my X8 Ultra review. It's pretty much the exact same. It's just the branding is different. But I think the black, in my opinion, looks pretty nice. This looks pretty cool. You guys, let me know your thoughts on the black one. Okay, so I didn't really add in any GPUs or anything in here. Let me know down below, or what kind of GPU configuration you guys want me to try in this. Let me know. I do have a vast majority of different varying GPUs. You guys can let me know down below. Let me know what you guys want me to try. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you are interested in purchasing one of these, there is an MOQ of one happening July 6, 7, and 8. Link down below to all the information in purchasing one of these Minerdude X8 Xtremes. Thank you so much, Minerdude, for sending me one. Thank you to Octominer as well. Guys, have a good one, and peace out.